Hello, friends. This is Low Rate Hitman. What I got for you today is another special corporation spotlight. Today I'm going to be spotlighting team players. Would you guys like to say hello to everybody?
Hi, it's
Howdy,
Hans.
howdy.
Yo, yo.
Hello, everybody.
so, I'm grateful enough to have this opportunity to do this corporation spotlight. And before we get started on this, if anybody else would be interested in doing a corporation spotlight, please just put it in the description or whatever, comments, whatever. Get in touch with me. We can do it. You know, it helps the community out. It gives everybody an idea of what these corporations are about. So I'm going to start off by asking you guys, how was team players started?
I'll leave that one up to Cubs.
Team players started in the SOCOM world back in 2006. We were playing SOCOM 3, and just started playing with a bunch of different guys, and we put together a competitive clan. So they have a clan system on SOCOM compared to cores here, and most of us, the originals, that's where it came from. So High Times is one of the originals. We have three other guys in the core playing Dust that came from the SOCOM world, and then the rest on this game we've picked up in game. We had a merger with Like a Boss, which was Deluxe and Extras crew, which gave us the numbers getting ready for Planetary Conquest. And then we've gone, picked up people from, in game as we've seen fit to kind of round out our roster. So.
Man, that's awesome. You said 2006 is when you guys got started?
2006. Yep, we've been together for over 7 years.
That is insane, dude. I mean, really.
We played several different games. We played SOCOMs when SOCOM came to PS3. We ran tournaments and we're very competitive there. Call of Duty for a while. We've done stuff here and there on Call of Duty, but no one ever really enjoys playing that more than a couple months. So we just kind of hang out. We all keep in touch. We got a Skype channel that's literally been running the entire duration of the 7 years. Where we always keep in touch with each other, and let's try this game. I'm playing this game today. Some people try it out. We're always hanging out. So.
Well, that's awesome, dude. That really is. How many guys do you guys currently have in your corporation?
I think we have about maybe 30 active people, and then a lot of alts, so it fills out to around 50, 60, looks like, on the boards. But we're a pretty small corporation. We try and keep our numbers skilled versus quantity. We usually let people come to us rather than going to look for other players.
Okay, so your recruitment's kind of it's not open door then, right?
No, we never accept anyone directly.
We don't openly recruit anybody. We actually had, I think, what was it, like 7, 8 active players until we had Like a Boss.
Yeah.
Swing over to us. So.
We grow slow, but we set roots. It's all about the foundation of a core. It should truly be a family. You can't just let anybody in because not everyone's gonna mix with your family.
Yeah, I feel you. I understand. That's 100% true what you're saying, man. So that philosophy is holding true to you guys right now. How are you guys doing on your planetary conquest and everything? If you don't mind me asking.
Deluxe can answer this one.
PC's going really well. We're holding 4 districts at the moment. We're part of the Eon Alliance, which is doing this thing. We're pushing back at the Kronos bubble at the moment, having lots of fun doing it. A lot of us have been really bored with the game, with the pub stomping, and PC has given us a way to consistently fight as a team, which is really, really awesome.
Well, that's cool, man. I mean, I'm in Subdreda. We don't hold any districts, but I do enjoy playing PC. I think I played against you guys actually because I was recording for another corporation, and you guys just totally whooped our ass. But it was a good ass whooping. A good ass whooping, it's sort of like when you're a kid. It's beneficial. You gotta have a good ass whooping every once in a while. You guys laid it out,
Well, we're
really
in the
cool.
market for actually being mercs for hire now, so if Subdreda wants a district, we'd be willing to try and grab you one.
I don't know what I'm not in
or anybody else. But
I'm not in the higher ups, but I don't make any decisions. I'm not a shot caller, but so how do you guys feel about this build? Is it been trying on the corporation, trying to get comfortable and grasping hold, because I think a lot of corporations are suffering right now because of the changes. This is a lot different than Chromosome. Chromosome, one man could go in and just be human wrecking ball. Now it's more focused on teamwork and everything. And I mean, is that had any impact on your guys' corporation whatsoever?
I don't think so far as any kind of team base. We've always worked together well as a team. Um, Pubbing, it's kind of taken a small toll just because of the LAVs running around, the tac rifle being about the only serviceable weapon as far as assault rifles. But other than a few weapon imbalances and frustrated pubs, I think we're going just as strong as we did in Chromosome.
Well, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Is there anything that
Yeah.
you guys would like to tell, people that are watching this, any advice to corporations that might be starting out or, that might be struggling right now, just something, some kind words you might want to give everybody. Besides, you guys are going to kick their heads in.
Hire us. We'll take you distance.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of us, both High Times and Amaggio, they're actually the two guys that have been playing this since day one. I didn't even start, as I said before, I didn't even start till last November, so they've seen cores come and go. They've seen it all. And, whereas when we were small, we had people wanting us to merge with them all the time. We were kind of, some people in the community, they're from the SOCOM world. They recognize the tag, and they know that, it's going to be a tough battle anytime that we're on the other side, and that's how it's always been. And we've never been willing to sacrifice numbers for talent. So the biggest thing I would suggest is, things take time. It takes patience. When you're assembling a new core, especially with the large player pool that we've got here and the diverse skill base that we've seen, it takes time because, I mean, I'm a firm believer that, a good team can destroy, a team that has a bunch of great individuals. Good teamwork, working together, having a good battle plan is going to give you the advantage on, 5 top 10 guys, on the other side or whatever, superstars, or however you want to look at it. And, we've proven that over and over. But a lot of cores just don't have the patience. That's why you see cores breaking up all the time and stuff like that. So, I mean, just takes patience and takes a lot of hard work. I mean, I don't think many people realize how much we really play, which is too much.
You're absolutely right, though. That's just how society is in general, nowadays, and it's good, that you have that philosophy about patience because, Rome wasn't built in a day, and it seems like today is more about instant gratification, what can I have now, and it's not always like that in the real world, that's how people get their feelings hurt, and especially in the gaming community, you gotta build a structure, and it's got to be a sound foundation, and
Yep.
you go from there and take your time with it,
And the one other thing is, first and foremost, I mean, you got to be able to get along with players. Just because, you bring in someone that is really good at the game doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be a good fit for your corporation, I mean, we have assembled, our core on here with, planetary conquest is, what our, big basis is. And that's what we're always looking. So, like, okay, well, we need a sniper, we need a tanker. I mean, right there, okay, is someone that's already here have the skill to do that, or do we need to make the change, or, actually find someone in the community that, we can identify with? So, and we've tried out several people. People have come after us and said, hey, I'd like to join, and we tell them, look, play with us, see if, you fit in on a personality level. Stats, we don't really care about stats. I mean, it's how you work as a team. I mean, I think our core stats are pretty solid, but we don't look at, I mean, when someone new comes in and we bring someone in, most of the time it's someone that we already knew and played with, but it's the fact that they work well with us, and that's why we do it. So it doesn't matter, I mean, what your KDR is or what your win-loss ratio is or war points. I mean, I'm a point whore, but at the same time, I'm just a nade scrub. So You don't got to worry about me. I don't run around murder taxiing, but I just blow people up. And, I'm just the poster child because of where I am on the leaderboard. But I'm far from even close to the best player we have. So.
Oh yeah, you're a cool, laid back dude though. So man, that speaks volumes, man. It really does. My power is kicking on and off. I hope my TV don't cut off. I hate to say that in the middle of a commentary. Oh my gosh. Is there anything else you guys would like to add to this? Anything that you guys would like to tell anybody? This is a time to shine. You guys can talk about your corporation. Is anything that you want to add? It looks like these people have succumbed to the boot of team players right now, and they are fixing to take a nap in their MCC for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Right now we get a lot of applications all day long. I'm seeing applications, but we don't openly recruit, as we mentioned. So if you're looking to join, you can join our public channel, Team Players LLC, and that'd probably be the best way. You got to play with us if you want to join. So don't just put in like random apps and tell us who you are and what you're about. You have to come show us.
Hey, that's good, man. That's good. That's awesome. So, is there anything else?
We got about
I know it's
minutes
whole.
Not really. I mean, just support the game. We all, a lot of us, there's varied opinions on the state of this game, which are completely warranted. There's a lot of work to be done. But there's great potential, and I'll tell you, we've been on several different platforms, and there's a lot of communication, a lot of real positive communication, and we've seen action taken by devs, listening to the community. Sure, are they perfect? No, no one is. But, changes get made based on what the community says. And I'll tell you, that's a rarity in video games.
Oh yeah, I've got to agree. CCP, like I said in my last video, they acknowledge that there is a problem, and sometimes they're not the fastest to fix a problem. But when they do fix it, it's pretty much fair. I don't know about the laser rifle. They broke that thing, but I helped to break that. A lot of people did, but for the majority, if it's a legit issue, man, they fix it. It's just a matter of patience and everything. I love the game. I'm not gonna lie to you. I go to work, I come home, and I play the video game. I go to my kids' events. This is my wife right here, which it sounds horrible. Might as well be married to dust, because if I had a wife, I'd spend as much time with her, So, it sounds nerdy and corny as hell, but I'm all about being truthful.
It's more of my mistress than my wife.
Yeah, well, I don't. It's a love-hate relationship, so.
Well, Maggio plays with his wife, so that's always fun.
Yeah.
She's in our corp as well.
My son plays, and I get enjoyment out of that. That's pretty cool. But I do appreciate you guys doing this corporation spotlight and, shedding light, on the community, letting them know what you're about. Even the simple things, about your recruiting process helps out a lot, because a lot of people may question, I might want to think about joining Team Players, but now, they like, hey, you've got to show, that, you're for real, and that you're just not one to have that name attached to your gamer tag. You got to put work in to get that, and that's a good thing, man.
Yeah, if nothing else, maybe this will cut down on all the ninja applications that we get. I doubt it, but.
Well, with that said, I appreciate everybody that stopped by and checked out this video, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And feel free to leave comments in the comment section, to ask them questions, or send them a message in game. They don't seem to be horrible people, so I don't think they'll bite your head off or anything. And with that said, I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Thanks a lot.